If you have been learning Chinese for a while, you will definitely see the word "jiu" everywhere. And the weird thing is, textbooks usually give you a whole list of meanings. They tell you "jiu" can mean then, already, only, right away, maybe even, exactly, and sometimes just emphasis. So naturally, learners get confused because after a while, it starts to feel like "jiu" can mean almost anything. But here's the truth: "jiu" is not random. It is not one of those words with 10 unrelated meanings that you just have to memorize. In fact, there is a hidden logic behind "jiu" that makes a huge number of Chinese sentences suddenly click. And once you see it, "jiu" becomes one of the most satisfying words in Chinese. Because underneath all those textbooks translations, "jiu" often carries one very simple feeling. The gap is small. A small gap in time, a small gap in effort, a small gap in quantity, a small gap between one point and the next, and a small gap between expectation and reality. That is why Chinese speakers use it so naturally. And that is why learners often feel it even before they can explain it. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how one single hidden logic can explain why "jiu" can mean things like already, only, right away, then, and even why it sometimes sounds impatient, emotional, or stubborn. And once you feel this logic, you will stop memorizing "jiu" as a grammar list and start understanding why native speakers use it. The biggest mistake learners make with "jiu" is trying to translate it the same way every time. You see "jiu" and your brain starts asking, does it mean then here, already, only, just? And that's exactly where the problem begins. Because "jiu" is often not about one neat English word, it is about a relationship. It tells you that one thing leads very quickly to another, or that something happens earlier than expected, or that the amount is smaller than you might imagine, or that the speaker has already narrowed things down. So instead of asking, what does "jiu" mean here? A much better question is, what kind of gap is becoming small in this sentence? That one question makes "jiu" much easier to understand. Because once you start looking for the gap, the sentence stops feeling random. And suddenly, all those so called different meanings start looking like one system. Let's put the hidden logic into one simple sentence. "Jiu" makes the move from one point to another feel short, close, direct, early, limited, or already settled. That's the heart of it. It often tells you that there is not much distance left between point A and point B. Maybe the time is short. Maybe the effort is small. Maybe the quantity is small. Maybe the choice has already been narrowed down. Maybe the speaker feels that the result should already be obvious. In all these cases, "jiu" creates a feeling that the gap is not wide, it has become tight, become near, become easy to cross. So you can almost think of "jiu" as a little word that says, we are basically there. This doesn't take much. This happens quickly. This is already enough. This is the point. And now let's see how that one idea explains the most common uses of "jiu." Let's begin with one of the easiest uses. Take this sentence. 我马上就来. I'll come right away. Why do we use 就 here? Because the gap between now, 马上, and my coming, 我来, is small. There's not much waiting. That is the feeling. 吃完饭，我们就走. After we eat, we will leave. Textbooks often translate that as then. But the deeper feeling is this. Once we finish, leaving comes very quickly. After that, the gap is short. And that same logic becomes very obvious in a pattern learners see all the time. 他一到家就睡觉. As soon as he gets home, he goes to sleep. That sentence is not just showing order, it is showing that the jump from arrive home to sleep is very small. He gets home and almost immediately he sleeps. That is the job of 就. Now let's move to one of the most satisfying uses of 就. 他3岁就会读书了. He could read at just 3 years old. Why do we use 就 here? Because the gap between the starting point and the achievement feels very small. 3 years old is early. So 就 gives the feeling that the result came sooner than expected. 他昨天就到了. He arrived yesterday already. Once again, 就 is not simply reporting the fact that he arrived. It suggests that the arrival happened earlier than expected, or earlier than some mental timeline in speaker's mind. In other words, the waiting gap was smaller than expected. 到了 tells you the arrival happened. 就到了 tells you the arrival happened and it feels early or already settled. So 他昨天到了 is a plain information. But 他昨天就到了 yesterday was already enough for him to have arrived. 我才说了一次，他就懂了. I only said it once and he already understood. Now, the small gap is not just time, it is also effort. I only explained it once and the result came immediately. That is why 就 often feels like already, because something happened with surprisingly little delay. Why can 就 also sound like only? For example, 我就看了5分钟. I only watched for 5 minutes. Or 今天就3个人来. Only 3 people came today. 我就买了一个杯子. I only bought 1 cup. What is the hidden logic here? Again, the answer is the same. The gap is small. But this time, the gap is about quantity. The amount is small. The range is narrow. The number is limited. So, 就 can make something feel reduced, restricted, or smaller than expected. Now let's look at one of the most powerful spoken uses of 就.我就要这个. I want this one. That sounds stronger than just 我要这个. So what changed? With 就, the speaker is making the gap between desire and decision very small. There is no long process of considering endless options. The choice has already been narrowed down. The speaker is basically saying, this one. I'm settling on this one. 我今天就要做完. I'm finishing it today. 我就不去. I'm just not going. In these cases, 就 often adds firmness, insistence, stubbornness, or emotional commitment. Why? Because the sentence feels more locked in. The speaker is not leaving much distance between what they feel and what they decide. That tightness is exactly what Chiu contributes. Now listen to these. 他就是老师 He is the teacher. 今天就到这里 Let's stop right here for today. 这就对了 That's it. That's right. Why do we use 就 here? Because now the gap is about matching the right point. We are not wandering around. We are not speaking vaguely. We are landing directly on the right place, the right answer, the right identity, or the right stopping point. You can feel the sentence narrowing and settling. And that's also why 就是 is so common in spoken Chinese. It often helps the speaker land firmly on one point. Now let's go into one of the most interesting uses of 就. Why does 就 sometimes appear in sentences that sound frustrated, emotional, or impatient? Take this sentence. Let's compare 我就想不通 and 我想不通. I just can't figure it out. 我想不通 is a more neutral version. It simply means I cannot understand it or I cannot make sense of it. The focus is on the fact that your thinking is blocked. Whereas 我就想不通 means I just cannot figure it out or I really cannot understand it. Here, 就 adds a stronger psychological feeling. It often suggests something like, this should already make sense, but it doesn't. From my point of view, this is the thing I cannot get past, or I keep getting stuck on this exact point. So, 就 here is not simply then or already. It adds a feeling of emotional focus or frustrated narrowing. So compared with 我想不通, 我就想不通 sounds more emotional, frustrated, insistent, or stuck on one point. So what is 就 really? Not just then, not just already, not just only. At its core, 就 often tells you one thing. The gap is small. Small in time, small in effort, small in quantity, small in choice, small in expectation, small between one point and the next. And that is why one tiny word can do so much. Because Chinese is not only telling you what happens, it is showing you how close, how early, how quickly, how narrowly, or how firmly something lands in the speaker's mind. That's the real logic of 就. So next time you hear it, don't just ask what does 就 mean here. Ask what gap is becoming small. That's when the language starts opening up. If this helped you, click like and subscribe if you want more videos that reveal the hidden logic textbooks usually miss. 再见。